All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Always happy to see a member of the Mondavi family from California in the house. And this is the second time we broke bed with Rob Jr., Rob Mondavi Jr., the son of Michael Mondavi. We did a dinner back with him over 10 years ago. Got at Cafe Max when they inducted Oliver into the Culinary Hall of Fame there for Robert Mondavi Winery. But Rob is now working with his dad, and he is... he's making wines here pretty much, and he's got a big shoes to fill in the Mondavi family legacy, but he seems to be doing a great job. Let me tell you what, these wines, outstanding. It really does cover all the bases with his entry-level wines from Spellbound, which is Rob's own label, and all the way up through the M, which is the iconic wine from the Isabel Mondavi Winery. Well, the Spellbound Chardonnay, it's a great little deal, man. I'll tell you what, we had several people in the store, and we got orders right away for this wine because for under 15 bucks, there's not a lot of Chardonnay that's this good from California. And this is mostly from Lodi fruit, which Rob mentioned the cooler nights there help to give you better acidity, and you get that lovely warm daytime temperatures, which give you that rich fruit, but you also want with Chardonnay wine that's got some good acid, so it refreshes the palate as well. It's got both American and French oak, good amount of lightly toasted oak spice there, some rich tropical fruit, which just opened up as the day went on. It's amazing how this wine, even on the second day, was better. Light creme caramel notes, a little marshmallow, really nice, appealing bouquet here. A good amount of that ripe, juicy fruit on the tongue with a lovely, creamy texture here. Really bright and fresh with just a touch of oak there, and a bit more than a crowd pleaser. Really nice balance and freshness in this wine. Like I said, for that price, I don't know if I've had a better Chardonnay from California all year. The Petite Syrah, also outstanding, and this is, they're from vineyards here north of Modesto and east towards Yosemite, and gentle rolling hills here. This is all purchased fruit, as Rob explained. He knows how to work vineyards that are, Napa Valley vineyards that are meant to make high quality wines, low yields. These are completely different animals here, so they purchase all the fruit for this Spellbound label. They got sandy and granite soils there, which are really good for Petite Syrah. And this wine, woof, man, no green notes here. A lot of ripe, jammy fruit, some tobacco spice, hints of fresh black earth and violet notes. A big and fruity wine on the tongue with a silky smooth texture, though. Really lovely fruit, but good freshness. Those pretty floral notes showing up at the end. Blackberry and blueberry fruit. A really well-balanced little monster of Petite Syrah at $13.50. Very good juice. Both of these wines, just outstanding values for everyday wines. Highly recommended. The Isabel Mondavi Chardonnay up next, made from both Napa and Sonoma vineyards in Carneros, 40% estate. They do buy some fruit, even though they have vineyards of their own. They got good friends in Napa Valley, have for years. So, man, if you got good contacts, why not? And this wine, kind of a unique process. They do the mallow the same time they do the initial alcoholic fermentation. I have never heard of this before. Anyways, what it does is shorten the time of the mallow, so there's less lee suspension, less of that heavy buttery notes, and you do get a whiff of butter, but a bit tighter, more minerality here shown in this wine. Really nice, crisp green apple and lemon citrus fruit on the tongue, with a nice touch of lightly toasted oak spice. Wonderful freshness, just a note of that buttered toast and vanilla bean spice in the finish with nice minerality there. 5,000 cases produced. Really excellent Chardonnay for $31.50. All right, the Deep Rosé. All right, 2012. I've seen it all now in terms of naming wines. Not a rosé, but a deep rosé. And it is. It's a light red wine, I guess you could call it. But it's Cabernet Sauvignon, and I guess his mom likes this style of rosé. It's for red wine drinkers. Got some nice spice to the red currant and cherry fruit, along with some pretty floral notes and some earthy notes. All Napa Valley juice, an expensive use of Napa Valley Cabernet to turn into a rosé, but hey, this is $21.50. It's not cheap. Tony Coltrane was with the Mondavi since 1972, and that's Rob's mentor as winemaker. And even had some tannins on the finish here, this rosé. A very good little wine if you like this sort of thing. All right, Isabel Mondavi Pinot Noir Carneros. This is screw cap, which I love. Only 625 cases produced, and lovely black raspberry fruit. And they knock the heads out of the puncheons here so they can do open top fermentations, which is really good with Pinot Noir and clone 666, 667 and 777 here. Very aromatic, really lovely exotic spices, minty notes. And this is all from their estate vineyard. Vineyards, this Pinot Noir, and really coming out on the second day, even more spice and floral notes. Very complex bouquet, good amount of that zesty black raspberry fruit on the tongue, exotic spices, smooth and silky texture, one of the things we love about Pinot Noir, and pretty floral notes to the long, nuanced finish. Excellent juice at $44. The Emblem Cabernet up next. And they do a couple of different cabs under this label. The Single Vineyard Osos. This is a label that Rob and his sister are responsible for. And this Cabernet Napa is kind of a new style wine. It's Syrah Zin, Petit Syrah Zin, Petit Verdot in the wine. It's 85% Cabernet though, and it's just outside of the Howell Mountain Appellation and Ink Grade region, so just Napa appellation, this vineyard. And it's got some nice huckleberry, blueberry fruit, maybe not your typical Cabernet. It's got a little dimension of spice there, cigar box, wild herbs, and floral notes, but a big and fruity wine here, lots of spice and some bitter cocoa notes and floral notes shown on the finish there. A very unique style of Cabernet, some dark earth, and a lot of lovely blackberry and blueberry fruit there. Excellent juice at 38 1/4. The Osos Vineyard Cab is a little more classic, Petit Verdot Cabernet, and this is the same ranch as the Emblem, just a different blend. A good amount of dark cherry, cassis berry fruit here, notes of dark chocolate, violets, and dark chocolate notes. Very complex bouquet here, with some strong earthy, minerally components coming out. A big and chewy wine on the tongue. This 2011 vintage, showing a little bit of that leanness of this cool year, and some dark currant and cassis berry fruit, but lots of tannins here in this wine. And really nice spice and earthy components on the finish. Lovely balance. Most excellent juice. One of the better 2011 vintage Cabernets that I've had. And then the big boy, the M by Michael Mondavi. And this is from all 100% from their Atlas Peak Vineyard. Dark currant and cassis berry fruit, black raspberry, some lovely fresh plowed earth here, dark cherry, liqueur, espresso, toasty oak, soy, mocha. Very rich, very decadent bouquet here. Fine herbs and a good hand of that mountain earth that you get from this is a 13.6 acre vineyard up on Atlas Peak, and one of the new iconic wines of Napa. And this 2007 vintage drinking very nicely right now, but this is a very well-built wine. Some big tannins here and a long layered finish. Lots of structure, nice depth of fruit, lots of minerality, leaving the tongue tingling at your finish, and really long, most excellent juice. And hey, for $210, it should be, but hey, if anybody deserves $100, $200 a bottle in Napa Valley, it's the Mondavis. That's what we had to drink with Rob Jr. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.